Lorenzo, welcome back.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
How cool is it for you to be working in this capacity in the program that you grew up in and love?
It's great. Kind of almost a full circle moment. Obviously, I went here back in, what was that, '01 to 2004. Had a lot of great talent there with Tedford, Aaron Rodgers, Marshawn Lynch, that whole group that really, I think, started to change the program even then. And so to be a part of this new regime, coming in with Tosh has been awesome. For me, I think coaching has been in my blood. I went to St. Mary's right here down the street. My uncle Stephen Morris, who coaches now over in Monroe, over in Hayward, is still coaching. And so I love this. I love being able to impact young men. Obviously, I played in the league for a long time, and a lot of those guys want to be there. And so now it's just me trying to help them develop as men so they understand what it takes, what it looks like on a consistent basis, and so they can live out their dream here and then continue in that, on into the next level.
They eat that kind of stuff up.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think it gives me instant credibility because of what I did, and then it allows me, without having to build and take time to build authentic relationships, which I'm trying to do. It gives me that ability to speak into their life right now because they know I've done it. They know I've done it at a high level, and I did it for a long time. And so they give me the opportunity to speak into their lives, help them with their technique, help them with the fundamentals. How do they see the game? To maybe help them be more productive when they're on the field as well as off the field.
How would you describe Tosh?
Tosh he's actually the same dude he was in college. Believe it or not, the way he approached the game, how consistent, how diligent, how disciplined he was always locked in, trying to maximize his ability. And you see that the way he coaches now. Everything is really laid out, really organized. Obviously, when you have 100+ players, you got coaches all over the place, you got music playing, it can be very chaotic, but he does everything to make sure that people are in place. They know what they're doing so that practice is efficient and effective and that we're getting what we need to get out of it so that when we step on the field, everyone is prepared and understands the situation and that we're just prepared for those moments.
Tosh just kind of talked about valuing the Cal experience. He did it himself. You've done it yourself.
Right.
You kind of imparted that part on your position group and kind of the team.
Yeah, you kind of talk about the history. Obviously, going through what we went through, I think when I was here, we had a 1-11 season. And by the end of that, we were top 5, right? Not that the moments is as dire as being 1-11. I think we were ranked like 114 out of 115. But we know what it takes. We know that process. We know the daily grind it takes to really shift the mindset of a culture within the football team. And then obviously the way it's going to impact this community outside. Because I remember, playing in that stadium at halftime, seagulls circling. And then when we had that group of guys that changed it and it's rocking out there when we end up beating USC in triple overtime, right? That is what we're trying to recreate here with this group of men. And Tosh is probably the best person that I can think of, being from this area, being passionate, being extremely diligent in the relationship that he's cultivated at every level, every place that he's been. When you talk to people that have coached with him, that have played for him, have the utmost respect. And that's the reason why I came back to help. Obviously, I have a family and coaching. It takes a lot out of that. It takes a lot away from that. But when Tosh called me, I said, man, I can come out and support you. You've seen multiple guys come out in different capacities that you'll see throughout this time, whether they play D-line, running back, whatever, that made it to the highest level that can impact these young men. People are coming back because of what Tosh does and what he represents. And he's really leveraging those relationships, which I think is very unique in this day and age.
Is there anything comparable to what Tedford did to change things to what Tosh?
Well, I think Tosh is able to command the room. He has his principles that he clearly lays out every single day in terms of, how we're going to play football. We're going to be relentless. It's all about the ball and it's about brotherhood. For us, it was a hold the rope, right? And so I think anytime you have a culture setter or these things that you can grab onto and you clearly communicate and come up with unique ways, which I thought Tedford did really well back in the day, and Tosh is doing that now, especially in this world of transfers and all that. He's creating an expectations and principle that he's holding everybody accountable to. And I think that's what when things go crazy and get chaotic in games, that's what you lean on, right? And so I think he's doing an excellent job of that. Because it keeps me in tune when I'm sitting in the back. Oh, that's something new. Oh, man, that's I like that. And so I think guys are feeling that vibe. And when you create a culture where people want to be a part of and feel a part of it, you typically raise the level of play. And actually end up being greater than the sum of your parts.
Just time for one or two more. Lorenzo has a meeting.
A lot is made of Tosh Sepoy as a recruiter, and I'd argue that for you to get back on the staff was as big as any. So I want to ask, what did you you opened up a little bit about him recruiting you back. But Was
Yeah.
that a phone call? Was that a dinner with you? How did he sell you on the vision of becoming a coach back at?
Well, he didn't have to sell me. I mean, I love this institution. It did a lot for me. Established a lot for me off the field as well, and obviously our relationship that he had. And so, Tosh, is very persuasive in a lot of ways as far as, hey, man, how can you be a part of this? I want you to help us. I want you to, bring what you've done in the league because a lot of guys need this information. So he didn't have to do too much pushing and pulling, but he gave me a little bit of freedom. Obviously understanding my family dynamic, and then I'm able to come here and impact the guys. And so I think he's done a great job of meeting people where they're at, bringing in a great staff as well, and guys that are working towards the same thing. And you can just see the interpersonal relationships within the staff and how well they work together. And that's really what allows the men, because they see a connectedness there from top down, and then they buy in as well.
You had a real unique career where you completely remade yourself.
Yeah.
Is that a message that you give to the players a little bit? Position versatility.
Yeah, I think it goes with Tasha's main thing, growth mindset, right? You can become anything that you need to be. And for me, right, I had to do that. I was undrafted after leaving here, and I had to become something that allowed me to play in the league for 15 years. And so when we're out here coaching young men, I'm trying to use that story, right? I had to be humbled in a lot of different ways, and it actually helped me be better long term. And so when I'm speaking to you, I'm not trying to hold you back or show you your weakness. I'm trying to show you what you can become and really point those things out. Much like what Brian said, right? I want to coach you up to be the best version of yourself every single day. And so I think when people see that I've done that in my own career, they're more susceptible to receiving that criticism or critiques that's going to allow them to then grow. And so that's been the cool thing. Guys are coming up, hey, did you see this? Did you see that? And so I think we have a lot of guys that want to grow, want to get better, and they're not fighting.
Let's take one final question from
Yeah.
You accomplished a lot in your career at multiple levels, but can you kind of describe what it's like walking out of the locker room for the first time when you as a Cal coach?
Full circle moment. I mean, a lot of emotions and a lot of memories came, kind of flooding back. Obviously we have Jeff MacArthur, who I spend a lot of that time too. That's also on staff, and just being able to talk and connect to him and walking out there. And like I mentioned earlier, you think about the SC game or one of the first games Teffer came back and we ran out of ammunition because we scored so many points. Right, there's a lot of different things like that that we were a part of when we played here. Being down on Sprout Plaza with the guys, hanging out, Telegraph. Obviously, I'm from the Oakland, the Bay Area. Just being back home, I can see family more, and so just really cool to be back up here and be part of a shift and getting back to having great Cal football every weekend.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Lorenzo.
Yeah, anytime.